Hi guys, thanks so much for listening to the Gig Economy podcast. Real quick, our studio sponsor is Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid, located on Stafford, just east of 131 on off of 44th Street. You can call them at 532-6600 or irvines.com to schedule online. And as always, when you call them or schedule online, please tell them that you heard about them from us, the Gig Economy podcast. That really helps us. It helps them. It helps us move our needle to grow the show and et cetera, et cetera. So Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, the studio sponsor. We can't thank them enough. 532-6600 or irvines.com. Oiluber. What is Oiluber? If you go to oiluber.com, you can sign up to get an on-demand oil change, a jump start, or fuel delivery. Also, as a gig worker, you can sign up for all three of those services to provide those services. So go to oiluber.com, sign up as a technician, or sign up to become a customer of one of those three services. And last but not least is Schrotenboer Tax and Accounting. Call Dave at 940-1045. Now is the time to do it. Tax time is here. Please don't use TurboTax. Please don't use your brother-in-law. Please use Schrotenboer Tax and Accounting. You need a professional to get you to maximize your deductions, your return, all those things. And if you get audited, you can just call Dave and he can take care of it for you. Schrotenboer Tax and Accounting, 940-1045. And of course, patreon.com, search the Gig Economy podcast. Tier 2, for $10 a month, you get an extra podcast. You support the show. You get a free piece of merch. And of course, the pre-show banter and chat before we get into the regular episode. So once again, guys, thank you so much for listening to the Gig Economy podcast. Enjoy the show. Hi guys, welcome to the Gig Economy podcast. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tonight we have Jesper remote, Chris in studio, of course, yeah. Jason in studio. Jesper's on a little mini quarantine as he's traveling to Denmark in the next couple weeks, and so we wanna keep him safe. So this studio is sponsored by Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid. So yeah, thank you to them for that. Hey, just a heads up, if you could share this with everyone. Unfortunately, Facebook took away my ability to mass share. I used to be able to like click all the groups and it would just say share. It didn't. I have to do it individually, so I only did it a couple times. Maybe I was too spammy or something like that. But yeah, if you could share in any of your Facebook groups that you're in, that would be great. Retweet it on Twitter and, smash the like button, subscribe on YouTube. We would really, really appreciate it. So what's going on? Any stories? Chris, I'm going to go to you first.
Ooh.
Do you have anything offhand? I do have one.
I do.
Okay. Why don't you jump in first?
So Grand Rapids people know the woods.
Oh.
So typical.
Is that open again?
Yeah. Overserving. So last week, Monday.
As always, on a Monday.
A week ago, Monday. So I go there to pick up, and this girl's trashed. And trying to put her in. I'm like, I am not taking her. And then this other chick's like, well, I'll go with her. I'm like, well, how far are we going? I'm like, I don't want her puking in my car. Well, it's only 2 miles. I'm like, okay. So she gets in, bring her up Fulton to, what's that other, there's an apartment complex with a Cuban restaurant underneath it.
Ooh, I don't know. It's been so long since I've been downtown.
Yeah, there's a grocery store. Anyway, it's about 2 miles. So I brought her in there. She gets out with the gal, and she can't walk. I mean, literally, she could not walk. That's how trash she was. And she's sobbing in the back of the car. And the other lady's like, talking to me. I understand why you don't want to take her. I'm an attorney or whatever, and I get it. And da-da-da-da. And I'm like, whatever.
Well, that makes me feel better.
And she says, like, well, can you bring me back? I'm like, I said, well, yeah, I guess so. I said, I have to shut the app off or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll pay you $20.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah.
I'm all right.
Yeah,
$20 cash.
$20, heck yeah. So she gets the gal out. She walks her over to the door, which I couldn't see the entrance to the apartment. So she threw her phone in the back seat, left the door open.
So the drunk. Oh no, the one that was going to give you the 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wouldn't leave.
Yeah. Oh, she's a professional.
Yeah. So she gets over here and brings the gal to the door, and she kind of pulls back with her purse, and she's like on her crouch down and trying to look in the purse, gives me the one finger, like, hang on a sec. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Looking through the purse. Well, next thing, she goes back, and then she gets in the car, and I said, well, you got her inside, right? Yeah. I'm like, you got her inside the apartment, because I couldn't see where the girl was.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, I left her in front of her door. I'm like,
no.
I'm like,
well, you got her in the main hall. Why couldn't you?
I don't know.
Oh, because I'm thinking like, which
it's
door?
cold too. She could have left her right outside the door.
Nah.
I hope not.
Well, I'm not done with the story.
Oh.
Good job.
So then, I had missed a ride or canceled a ride, brought her back she gets out of the car and walks straight back into the woods. I'm like, roll down my window. I'm like, hey, where's my $20?
Right.
I got $3 for the round trip ride.
And she didn't respond. She just kept on walking.
Yeah.
What a.
Yeah. From Chicago.
Oh man, that'd be so frustrating.
I was not.
And there's no retribution for that either. It's not like you'll never see her again.
Right.
I mean,
see, now though, you're never going to go off the app again, Chris.
Well, I know, right?
Well, normally,
but she threw the phone in the back of the car, right? So, and you're kind of like,
yeah.
Right.
Well, she's saying to you that I'm willing to commit, so this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, hey, Chris, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but did you go back and check on the other person again?
I did not.
I wouldn't either.
Did you guys see that there was a GVSU student that just died of hypothermia last week?
No, where? Out there?
Yep. They found her on the field.
Oh, that was okay.
It was in Grand Valley, right? So
yeah, I don't think that was hypothermia. I think that was straight up murder.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure
there must have been another one.
Unless there was another one, because there was a murder
about a month ago.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. It was one they deemed an accident from hypothermia.
Oh, yeah, because about a month ago, I was driving through Grand Valley. There's a bunch of cops there. Then the next day, I read the article, and they were...
that's not... This was just a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. You made me nervous yesterday. I thought you were going to say, like, downtown on Fulton. I was like, oh, no.
In Grand Valley. No.
Oh, that would have been...
and she's probably fine. I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah.
We can't all be
sure
Ben.
She's fine, yes.
We can't all be Ben.
It's Chris.
Thanks for the reassurance.
Yeah, right.
Love you, man.
So yeah, that's a crazy story. Mine is definitely not near as crazy. It's not crazy. Anyone that does flex out there knows that sometimes it can be a little, I don't know, it can be challenging at times. And so I went into the warehouse. Anyone that knows flex, GR6. So they're very disorganized. There's a new warehouse out near Steelcase by the chair plant out there. It's by Dean Transportation. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's like behind Steelcase, there's a bunch of industrial, but huge warehouse.
Is that the Patterson or off of?
That's Gaines Township. This one's in by Steelcase. Oh, not Steelcase Wood. I know what you're talking about. This is Steelcase Steel, the corporate headquarters. 44th and Eastern.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
So it's not the new one.
Nope. This is another warehouse like the Walker one. But anyways, I go there and they're having trouble. And I get my route, and they're like, yep, it's all good. And it doesn't have any of the numbers to organize it. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I can manage it. Then I get out there and realize it didn't, whoever did it didn't optimize the route. So it would be like, delivery here in this apartment. I was in Lowell. And then it would go 3 or 4 miles, and then it would bring me back to the... So, yeah, so I had to look at the map each time. So, this cluster at the apartment should have been, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 6... 13, 25. So if you went in order, like it said, you would have been doing this the whole time. So I didn't figure it out for 10 minutes. And then after that was frustrating.
Yeah.
That typically doesn't happen. But man, when you're used to being organized.
Yeah, because you get, if you're doing anything, you get pissed when there's no efficiency to it.
Well, yeah. You're so used to GPS. If that doesn't work right, you're like,
What? So you're saying a person has to manually optimize those routes?
So I think normally I think Amazon corporate does it. They optimize it through a software, I'm sure. But
Yeah,
for whatever reason, this load, the whole warehouse was like that at the time when I went and picked up. The whole place was like that. Nothing was ready. So they're like, oh, here, let me override it. I scanned it all. Yep, you should be good to go. I kind of looked at it. I'm like, it looks fine. And then I started going. But I think when they manually do it, they have to manually probably hit an optimize button that routes them correctly. But yeah, that was
frustrating.
That dude, tell me about it. I mean, I still finished early because I'm a champion. But I mean, experience.
Yeah, but I mean that's exactly it, right? The experience is what made you realize that, and you were able to do it. But what if an inexperienced driver, he'd still be doing it?
Hopefully he quits, and then there's more for us.
Yeah, I can see an inexperienced driver bringing the load back to the warehouse, which you could do if you wanted to, and just say, I can't do it, I can't figure it out. But I mean, I would never do that. I'm like, I'm delivering these packages. I don't care if it takes me till 10 o'clock. I am not coming back with a package. I'll throw those things on the roof before I bring them back to the warehouse. So,
hey, which, by the way, you would never do.
Correct. Good call on that. Hypothetically speaking, I would never, ever
throw a pizza on the roof.
Yep, that too. All right, before we get into the gig economy news, I just want to say thank you to all our Patreons: Keith from Georgia, Janet from New Zealand, Leo from Detroit, Larry from Bowling Green, Samson from Grand Rapids, Miguel from Grand Rapids, which we haven't heard from Miguel in a long time. Like, I tagged him in the Telegram group a while back, like, hey, just checking in, I'm good. And then it was like radio silence again. And then Ron G from San Francisco. We appreciate y'all supporting us. Also, if you want some Gig Economy Podcast merch, you can go to redbubble.com/the Gig Economy. No, I think just go to redbubble.com and click and just search for Gig Economy Podcast.
Or go to gigeconomypodcast.gigeconpodcast.com, click on the merch button.
What was that again?
They can click on the merch button from the website.
Yeah, what's the address?
I don't know. What is it?
That stupid hyphen or whatever you call it screws me up every time.
Gig Economy. Gig Economy.
Gig Economy. Gig Economy -podcast.com.
There you go. Yeah. Economy-podcast.com.
The link is in the show notes, or in the rundown. We have a link. If you click that, it gives you everything: the website, the downloads, the Patreon, all that.
And obviously, another great way of getting merch is to become a Patreon.
Yes. You get free. We haven't had a Patreon in a while. We need to get one so we can send out some free merch. I think
so. Hey, Larry, he knows the woods.
Yeah,
so he's all good.
Yeah, he knows the woods. It's like everyone in our group knows the woods and the Bob.
Yeah,
those two things.
Speaking
Bob.
of that, speaking of Bob.
Speak of the Bob, what?
No, nothing. Keep going.
When you use that phrase, that means you want to speak about it.
Come on.
Yeah, but then I was going to say something, but I stopped myself, so I'm not doing it. So just keep going.
All right. Oops.
There
we go. Irvine's Auto Repair, and oh man, that looks horrible. Grand Rapids Hybrid, studio sponsor of us. You can get your car fixed with them. We would appreciate it if you do. Their number is 532-6600 or irvines.com. Average rating of 4.7 out of 276 reviews, although I need to update that because this has been on here for like 3 months. So I'm sure it's much better or more on there. But yep, you can schedule online. Everything's done kind of remote-ish. You don't have to meet anyone, even during COVID. Everything's sanitized. You can get oil changes. The one great thing about oil changes, if you go there, they check over all the other stuff too. So, which can be good and bad, because then they can say, hey, by the way, you need all this fixed, and then you can decline it or accept it, and they'll do it right then. So please support the sponsors. That really helps fuel us. Their number is 532-6600 or irvines.com. All right, so I forgot I need to get my software up here. Talks amongst yourselves.
There you go. I just noticed that John and Aaron is going to be on the podcast.
Okay, so there's a joke behind that. Do you know the joke? I know you've been kind of.
I don't know the joke.
I don't know the joke.
You don't know the joke?
Is it the father-son joke?
It's the father-son thing, and I told them. I said, You guys cannot come on together. It'll be chaos. Because chances are Aaron will probably come here in studio. John will be in North Carolina. It'll be just a shit show.
Oh,
But
those two.
Aaron was up north.
Huh?
I thought Aaron was up north.
I mean, Big Rapids, it's an hour away.
Oh, I thought he was at a
That
school
might
up
actually
higher
be an
than that.
X-rated show.
Yeah. I mean, we already mark it explicit. Is there a double extra explicit? So, yes, they John is going to be on sometime in March. I think
Sweet.
Larry is going to be on February? I don't know.
The only way we can gonna let him on the same show is if John actually drives to Grand Rapids. Then it's okay.
Yes. You got it. If John drives to Grand Rapids, you both can be on the show at the same time.
There we go, John.
Deal. It's been recorded. It's on record.
I'll put him up in a hotel.
Oh, look at this.
Or you can stay at my house.
Oh, you can drink whiskey. Chris brought some great whiskey. You can see there we go. Right there. Nice glasses. It's a little strong, so we'll see how the rest of the show goes. It's starting to water down a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a little bitey at first.
I told you. You need
All right. First up on the agenda is... Okay, so everyone has to do the COVID check with the mask, right? And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. Have you had experience with that too?
What do you mean?
Like when you have to sign on, you have to put the mask on and do the verification. Yeah. Well, this is what this video is about. I don't think there's any volume.
The one
to
I
it.
don't like is every stop you have, they have this COVID thing that pops up. So it kind of gets in the way of.
Oh, see, I haven't taken passengers, so it's when passengers it says, "Have you sanitized?" Or
no, it's remember your COVID precautions or whatever
protocols.
Yeah,
okay.
For the rider, and it's like I don't need to see this every freaking time.
Yeah, can we just?
It gets in the way of trying to do something.
Yeah, I think you should be able to check it like at the beginning of the day, like you always do, and then be like, "I'm going to do this."
Done. Yeah.
I mean, they think we're stupid or something, but here's the video.
It's CYA.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Totally.
Yeah. Oops, I should make this bigger. Thanks for verifying. It goes a little longer.
Didn't check the bottom two boxes.
Well, he does.
Oh,
He's proving. Watch, he actually goes online to show that they actually did it, because I think people were thinking that maybe that they didn't. Oh, yeah, there's a little sound. I don't know where he is. New York? Is that Manhattan?
Didn't look like it.
All right. I got to play it. I want to play it one more time, so I'm going to go to Maine. All right. So he's taking a photo of himself. He's wearing, for people that are listening to the podcast, which most people do, he's wearing a ski mask with a cutout for the mouth and the eyes. His nose is covered, though.
Yep.
I mean, see, this is why it makes you think, like, do you really trust Uber's system? I mean, how is it even approving that? I mean, it's scary.
You saw the mask thing I posted.
Which one?
The dancers at New Year's Eve.
I don't remember that. I'm so in and out of that group when I'm not working.
So there's two dancers, New Year's Eve night, Times Square, right? On national TV. Somebody caught a picture of them, and it's freezing cold out when they're dancing.
Yeah.
Literally, you can see the air going through the mask.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's frozen.
Oh, man.
It's like you see it going through, you see the air coming up out the side. So it's like, well, what good are these things?
Oh, they work. They work. You need to wear two of them, remember? That's what Dr. Fauci said.
2, 4,
masks.
6.
Yeah. All right, Jesper, you're up.
I am up.
Hey, Chris, can you try not to put your nose right on the microphone, because I'm hearing you go, like, maybe, I don't know. No, that doesn't work either. Just put it up, like, to your mouth right here, because you're like,
not quite breathing.
Yeah, Chris, just don't breathe at all. So,
yeah, hold your breath.
This article is from Motherboard. And it's about Instacart will lay off all of its unionized workers. And it sounds very impressive right there, right? But the story is actually about Instacart firing a whooping 10 employees who voted to form the first and only union on the grocery platform at
Is it-
Mariano's grocery store in Skokie.
Isn't it 1,000?
No, 10 employees.
Oh, I thought it was like 1,000.
No.
Oh, but they're just all the 10 employees that voted for the first and only union.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's a Mariano's grocery store in Skokie, Illinois, inspired other Instacart employees to organize their co-workers at grocery stores around the country. So, but this particular article here is about those. Now, it does goes on to talk about that, according to the UFCW, Instacart is firing nearly 2 of its 10,000 grocery store workers as part of these layoffs and offering as little as $250 as severance. But the actual article itself talks about local 1546 in Skokie with 10 layoffs. So that's kind of a interesting part there. But
it's more of a just to get the union people out. That's really what I think they did, which is kind of shady.
Exactly. So they do go on to that and say the decision to terminate the employees who unionized with the United Food and Commercial is part of a larger series of layoffs that Instacart announced on Tuesday. The news was buried in a blog post, and the layoffs impacts Instacart's in-store shoppers. So basically, even though Instacart and a lot of these shopping services is doing really, really well, they're still doing, a series of layoffs and so forth, which is interesting. I wonder why they're doing that.
Well, I think it's just because of the union part. They're sending a statement by saying, "Hey, we don't want you to unionize. Here's what we're doing."
Yeah,
in a roundabout way.
Right. I mean, it's the same thing as with the whole thing in California and Uber, ride hailing services and all that stuff over there.
Yeah.
So it also says that, which I actually didn't know. Maybe it's because I'm disconnected right now, but Instacart is preparing for an IPO at some point in 2021. So
wow,
estimated to be valued at $30 billion.
I don't even know how that is. 30B, like
30B.
I could see like 150 million, but $30 billion.
Well, we all saw the other day how GameStop all of a sudden grew to a crazy amount like overnight.
Yeah, and it's worth $95 a share now.
Yes.
So,
but it's still cool though. I mean,
sticking into those one percenters, right? Do you feel like this is a total digression? While I loved what Redditors do, why does everyone think that like the Wall Street, like those people that are doing that are dirty? Like why is everyone, are they just jealous because they're rich?
So what they normally, if you really look at it, what they are doing, the principle behind short selling is really, it's wrong, right? Why can you sell something you don't own?
That is weird. It's legal by the law though, right?
It's a legal thing to do, sure, but Elon Musk tweeted out and it says that you can't go over to a car lot and sell them a car you don't own. I'd like to sell you this car. I'm gonna go over to the other lot and borrow it from him. Hang on one second.
Yeah, that's true. And then the whole Robin Hood thing where they wouldn't let you purchase, that pissed me off.
Well, and so what they're doing now, I don't know if you've seen that, they are actually leaving Robin Hood in because of that. Lots and lots and lots of people who are using that is jumping ship to Stash and the other ones. Yep.
Yeah, I was talking about that last night. If Stash had done that and wouldn't allow me to purchase it, I would pull all my money out.
Oh, sure.
And go somewhere else. All my money. I have $1,500 in there, but
there's no reason why Robin Hood did that.
It's because Yester told you to buy Tesla.
Yeah, he actually owns a little bit more of Tesla. I own 0.75. What am I trying to say?
You almost have a stock.
I almost have a share. One share.
Yeah, one share. Yeah.
So I had the Doge.
The what?
Doge.
You have the Doge?
I did.
Oh, is that the Bitcoin thing?
My $100 went to $1,800.
It did it really? Did you cash out?
I did.
Oh, smart man. See,
Nice.
you got to know when to cash out.
I'm like sitting there on Thursday night. I'm like, what in the world is going on?
And you were like, sell.
Well, I kind of waited a little bit, and then then I waited overnight, and then the next morning I'm like, you know what, it's gonna go back, and so I got out of it, and then I took $1,000 out, and then I'm like, okay, I'll get another 1,800 out. So I pulled that out, and then I put it into Ethereum, and Ethereum's gone up. So
really, what's that?
That's another cryptocurrency.
Bitcoin.
Oh, it's another Bitcoin. Yeah. Oh, I'm so out of the loop with Bitcoin. I don't know anything about it. The only reason I know when you brought it up is because I've seen it on Reddit.
I'm like $100. I'll put 100. So I don't know how I heard about Doge. It was I put $100 in it. I got 42,000 coins.
It's so weird. Like,
and it went from I think I got it for like 0.002, and it went up to 0.8.
Okay. Right. It's just weird that there's nothing there. It's just someone's valuing it for whatever reason. Like there's no.
Well, didn't Elon Musk create that?
I don't quite know who created that, but I mean it's the same thing that happens with Tesla, right? I mean, why is their value so high?
Tesla at least has a product.
Well, yeah, they do have a product, and it's great, but they can't produce them fast enough.
Well, my point is like when you buy stocks, you're investing in a company like Monster Energy. They're delivering a product. What is the Bitcoin doing? It's just like this fantasy made up thing.
Well, no, it's not. So Bitcoin produces.
We're getting way out of our lane.
Bitcoin produces keys for encryption. That's what it does. And so, but.
With Bitcoin, there's only so many keys that are available.
Right. And so what happens is they have to be mined. They have to make more. So that's why
and the mining
you can actually mine Bitcoin.
Energy to do. So you're.
Well, exactly. And so a lot of people are using series of graphic adapters because the graphic adapters have stronger CPUs than normal computers to mine them with. And yes, this is all getting way out of hand.
I mean, I know about.
So like in low energy cost areas, they put all these miners out there.
Right.
Utah.
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert. There you go. I have a little bit of Bitcoin, but I'm not making any money on it. My focus is on Stash.
Yeah.
I got in early enough on Tesla, so I made a fair amount of money on that one. But
yeah. Well, anyway,
it's better because Tesla's going to take over our Uber jobs anyway.
Everyone was talking at the same time. What was that?
Tesla's going to take over our Uber jobs.
That's way down the road. That's way down the road.
Well, that and Waymo.
Well, we talked about when we talked our last episode. You guys should really check that out. It's called Lapsus. Is a new movie that's coming out on the 12th, and we interviewed the director, and he talked a lot about how the automation is so far away still because people are still dying. You know, they're not. They got to go like 6 months without someone getting schmucked before they're going to release it to the public. Don't you think?
Oh, it'll be way more.
Look at some of the drivers you got on the road.
True.
How many times do you swear a day?
Swear? Oh, I mean, lots. Lots.
What the heck you doing? Pull it out in front of me like that.
A lot of MFers.
Yeah.
It'll be 10 years before it's common. There's no
Well, it's tied into 5G too, right? So
what is?
The speed of the data.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be pretty. Okay, we got to move on. This is getting like we got people commenting on our show about Bitcoins, which I appreciate. Not sure how he even found this freaking show.
But you know,
go ahead.
I was just gonna be. I'm gonna comment and finish this discussion. We can move on to the next one. But if you go back to the whole lapses thing, that is has also something to do, not necessarily Bitcoin, but it's all about that whole high what do they call it, quantum computing and gig economy. So if you guys are anything in that, you should look at that, watch that movie. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, just another plug for them. If you're a gig worker, you'll feel the pain of the star of the movie, like the frustrating part of like just around the gig where the company kind of F's you and like talks about how amazing you are and how we appreciate you, but on the back end they're like
F you.
creating robots to like basically beat
Right.
you at your game.
Right.
So yeah, it's good. Check it out.
I talk about the algorithms all the time. It's like,
Yeah. It's if you go to what is it, Lapsus, just search Lapsus and you can download it on any iTunes video on demand.
Well, it'll be out on the 12th.
The 12th. Yep, the 12th.
Yeah, February 12th.
All right. Man, I got so distracted. I didn't even know what we were doing here. So yeah, we want to talk a little bit about this murder of a stabbing death of an Uber Eats driver who was a mother of 3, which is just sad. And the suspects were 14-year-old boys, and they've been charged with capital murder and a random stabbing death of Ryan Muncie Graham, a 31-year-old mother of 3 who was killed while working her side gig as an Uber Eats driver. It's just, it's just gross. How do 2 14-year-old boys get wrapped up in something like that? And to be totally random too. I mean, it's just
like those kids that did the Walmart stabbing.
Yeah, that girl, she was really. It was just one girl.
Live fed it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Was that an Uber thing or was that a rideshare thing?
No.
Oh man,
but stupid.
Yeah,
you know.
Just be safe out there. Like when you're out driving, like just.
So you wonder if she had a camera.
I don't know. I don't want to see that, but
well, no, I know. But if that would have hindered somebody doing something, if they know that.
No, it didn't though, because we were talking about that at our last show, Chris. That was a gig worker that had the whole his murder was recorded on the dash cam.
Yeah. It doesn't prevent it. Yeah, we talked about last show, didn't we, Jesper?
Yep. There was he picked up a flex driver, at least I assume so. He picked up somebody who worked at an Amazon facility, picked him up in an Amazon facility, a 19-year-old kid, and he pulled a knife on him and tried to cut his throat and forced him out of the car and backed over, drove into him and backed over him several times. Yeah, it was.
I just want to clarify, it was not a flex driver. It was an Amazon actual employee.
Sorry, yes.
No flex driver would ever do that. We are independent contractors and we're all angels. And we never deliver packages in the bushes. We never, ever do. All right, Jesper, you're up.
So I'm going to be talking about minimum wage. So basically, it's just talking about a new study that find that Chicago, particularly Chicago Uber and Lyft drivers, are paid way below minimum wage. So this is using numbers from 2019 and 2020, and basically it's saying that ride hail. I'm used to calling them rideshare drivers, but for some reason this article is referring to them as ride hail drivers.
Ride hail? I mean, I could go for that.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm going to change
it.
Sorry, I'm going to change it. Chris, when you present yourself, you need to say you're a ride hail driver.
So basically it's saying that ride-hail drivers brought in less money than the statewide minimum wage after expenses and taxes. And of course, it's a discussion we've been through many times, right? But here's how it's going here, that the institute found that Uber and Lyft drivers in Chicago are paid way below the minimum wage in 2019. They say that the treatment by the transportation network provider, which in this case is Uber or Lyft, drivers as independent contractors suppresses their earnings, shifting income from workers to the executives and shareholders of the companies.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So basically they're saying here that drivers for Uber and Lyft and Via may make between $19 and $23 an hour. I think Via is a service just for Chicago, right? $19 to $23 an hour in gross earnings, but the study found this does not account for significant expenses and taxes. And in 2019, the minimum wage was $13 an hour once you encounter for those things, but the average driver earned $12.30 an hour, according to the study. In 2020, the minimum wage was $14 an hour, but drivers only earned $13.62 an hour.
Do you think that's correct, though? Do you think that they earn that little?
Think so. I don't know if you remember this or not, but about 2 years ago, I think I did a ride to Chicago, and based on that, I did a big study where I kind of crunched the numbers, and a big part of that number crunching is the depreciation on the vehicle.
Yeah, but that's such a subjective thing. Like Chris,
I know
you
that's
drive
my
a
point.
Passat,
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that thing's probably. It seems like it's been a good car for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't heard you complain about it. Just doing your regular maintenance.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
And Passat and Volkswagens don't depreciate near as much as like a Chevy,
Right.
or a Ford.
But my guess
Kia.
is that those articles and those numbers are taking depreciation into the consideration as well, using the nationwide
Like average.
way, the nationwide ways of average ways of calculating the depreciation of the vehicle as well.
Yeah.
And it's just, you just never know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I still remember from. So this is obviously in Grand Rapids, but if I would have made $13 to $14 an hour, there's no way I would have done it.
Well,
for
but I mean,
5 years.
like if you do it, if you're making $30 an hour, what do you estimate your expenses are like for that hour? $8?
Oh, at most.
At most.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of the biggest reasons why I always drove, and I mean, it's because for me, all the mileage was a huge
Right off.
Yeah, 55
Right-
cents a
right
mile
on.
average.
but it's a write-off of my regular taxes.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
Right.
for my day job. So there was a huge benefit to drive.
Yeah, I rarely pay taxes on my gig work.
Yeah.
I
No.
mean, once you write off the
miles.
$55 or
That's
$55.
a mile.
God, can you imagine $55 a mile?
I mean,
Once you write the 55 cents off, I mean, it's other than the depreciation.
yeah, I'm doing like 30 to 40,000 miles.
Are you?
Yeah.
A year?
Yeah.
I mean, how much of that is personal? 6,000.
So you
Very little.
drive in your day job too, Chris, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because my day job, I do sales for the 5-state region. So
Oh, okay. So that's some
So,
of it.
Yeah. I'll drive to Indianapolis and back, and that's
Right.
1,200 miles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I mean, when you talk depreciation, so like I look at my car, I'm going to ride that sucker to the rims.
Yeah.
So the depreciation doesn't mean jack to me.
Yeah.
Like
As
if
long as
I
you-
was going to sell it, of course the depreciation would be huge. Irvine's is checking in. Thank you guys so much. Yes, go to Irvine's if you need any of your repairs, except Volkswagen, Chris. They do not work on Volkswagens.
I need some help.
Yeah, I mean, do you have to go to the dealer pretty
I've
much?
been going to the dealer, but
Oh.
I've not been happy with them.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part. Apparently, they're super complicated to work on, but if you need the work, oh yeah, so rebates are doubled right now. So if you did have service with Irvine's in 2020, the year of hell, you can get those doubled. So I definitely need to.
So what does that mean? I'm just asking because
Oh
I
yeah,
actually don't even
so
know.
I'm gonna get the numbers wrong, and I'm not sure who's on, if it's Megan or Jamie, but basically every penny you spend, I think they give you 1% back in a rebate. So
Nice.
yeah, so you get a $50 check or whatever you spend, and then they're doubling it, so you get $100 off. So, but
So is that cash in your pocket, or
No.
is that again that's towards future repairs?
yeah, which
Oh,
makes
that's
sense.
nice though.
Yeah, for sure. So if you do have a rebate out there, I know Samantha does. If you need some work done, get that done. Oh, it's 2%. Okay, I'm a dummy.
What's that? That's the doubled, right? So the double to 2%.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, sorry. So normally 1%, but
She's like,
she's like, stop talking.
he's giving $100.
Stop talking. I always found it funny too because I got turned on to Irvine's from Zane's show, and when he first started, they first started sponsoring Zane's show. Some of the ads, I was like, I know that's not correct. You better stop talking. Stop
Oh
talking.
wait, Jason is right.
Oh, so it is 2% normally? Oh, the comments are going to be 15
or-
seconds.
$50 to $100. That's what I liked.
Well, I think it is for this month. If you earn 50, you get 100. We're waiting for confirmation. It's like 15 seconds behind.
We just want to get it right. But no matter what, guys, you have to use Irvine's because they are awesome.
Yes.
So yes,
I love the technology that they employ. Like, I don't like, they take pictures of everything and send it to you.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, it's accept or decline. And a lot of, I feel guilty declining them because I probably should get them done. But when I'm already spending like $500 on another repair, I don't want to drop another 2 or 3. 2% normally. Okay, so I was wrong. It's 2%, but you get to double it.
But right now it's a 4%.
White Claw,
Why?
Megan.
White Claw. I love Megan. I miss her. I just texted her the other day and said, hey, I have not heard from you in a while. What's up with life? So I can't wait till COVID's done and we can open up a little bit. I'd love to get an event at Irvine's. I think that would be super fun. So
That would be a lot of fun.
All right. What are we on here? Oh, I'm up. So let me get to my slide, please. Uber is buying an alcohol delivery service, and thank you for Chris for showing that, called Drizzly for $1.1 billion. They say they're broke, and they have earnings report, and they didn't make any money, but they can buy shit for $1.1 billion. So what are we doing here?
Aren't they just doing it in stock?
I don't.
It's not a cash transaction.
I thought it was. Let me check here. I'm the one that has this article, so I should have. I did read it. Sort of. In stock and cash. So Drizzly's a market. Drizzly's. What a name. Drizzly's. It sounds like the word moist. Marketplace will be integrated with the Uber Eats app. So the company will keep the standalone app, but it will be in the Uber Eats app. I don't know why there's not more alcohol delivery. I mean, if I was getting shit-faced at home and I needed more booze, and of course I'm not going to...
How many people do you take? Well, you're not driving, but how many people go to the party store and go back?
A lot.
Yeah. And they're already trashed in the car.
Yeah. But if you could get it delivered.
I just need, I picked up a truck driver last night, picked him up at, by his truck, brought him to the party store gas station. He got a case of beer and he went back, but he didn't have a round trip. So I had to help him figure out how to do a round trip on it.
Are you pretty strict on that? Not just drive him back? You know what I mean? Because it used to be like, you'd be like, it's fine. I'll just turn around and then go back and just keep the meter running.
I'd do either.
Because it can get weird, right? Because if they dispute it, then they're like, why did he drive back to the house? Although you could say, hey, you see where he lives. We literally went to the store and back.
Right.
But this kind of goes along with the same thing that GoPuff that was supposed to launch this spring, last spring, where they would deliver like Monster Energy, sex toys. I mean, you could get sex toys and KY.
The convenience store.
Yeah, it was like a convenience store, and you paid for like $5 a month for the delivery fee, and the prices were not bad. I mean, they were a little elevated, maybe like 1%, but I mean, I would so do that. I'm so lazy. Like, I would love to get iced Ben & Jerry's delivered to me.
People do that on Uber Eats.
Well, that's ridiculously expensive. I mean,
I don't know. I've done it. I can't tell you how many times I've done it.
I've done it too.
I'm like, you go into some convenience store and they're like, yeah, it's in the cooler. And I pull out a bag and you go deliver Ben & Jerry's 2 containers or something stupid.
I delivered Big B coffee the other day. It was a 1.5-mile delivery. I ordered it, a coffee and a bagel. I made $15. So he probably paid like $25.
Maybe, because maybe they're eating it. I don't know. I haven't figured some of that stuff out because I've done a Starbucks run from East Grand Rapids all the way to 68th and Kalamazoo.
From East?
Yeah.
Oh, a Big B run?
No, Starbucks.
Oh, Starbucks. Sorry, I missed that.
And it was like one
coffee?
One coffee.
And how much did you make on it?
I don't know, like $12 or something.
Yeah, what is the customer paying?
Well, I don't think they're paying. I think the deal is with Starbucks, between Uber and Starbucks, they're like, we will do this for you. We will eat the cost, whatever happens, because we want this business.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it's like doing the card, right, for the restaurants.
Yeah.
So they're not making any money on that. They're trying to get that restaurant's business for later on, and it's part of their advertising.
The card thing, I totally agree. They're trying to like, hey, look at the stats.
Yeah, exactly.
The data. Look
so
at the
like
data.
this, I don't know if you've gotten a thing for this week from Uber. That we're doing a huge push.
Yeah, I got a text
on Eats, so we want you to drive.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not driving.
Yeah, I know. I saw that text too, and I'm like,
I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything different than what I'm doing. You're not paying me any money.
Yeah, they're just saying like it could be busier because we were like doing something. Could be busier. Famous. I'll tip you in the app.
Yeah,
is the same line.
Well, it's like I got a text this week is like, oh, you made $200 less than the week before. I'm like, yeah, you guys are screwing me over because you reduced the bonus aspect.
Well, you've heard John talk about like, oh, take 2 rides or 2 deliveries, get $15. I'm like, and we talked to a guy
I had that last night.
Oh, did you?
So 10 o'clock at night, it was $18, and you have to start in a particular area, which is like, I don't know, from Breton, and Eastern out to wherever. Anyway, you got to be in the zone for your first pickup. And once you get that first pickup, then you got to do the second one, and then you get that $18.
Yeah.
So I did it. Well, I got into the pickup last night, and I thought, I'm like, how come I'm not in the zone?
Yeah.
Well, I look back at the promotions, and somehow they changed it to 11 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, I'm pissed now because I just drove from my house in Hudsonville
all the way just to get
in the zone to make $18 because I figured if I did 2 rides, I'd probably at least make $8 a ride. So that's 16 on top of the 18.
Yeah.
For an hour, I'll make 30 some bucks. Right?
Yeah. That's 34.
Yeah. 30 some.
31 bucks. keep going.
So anyway, I got in there. I did, and then all of a sudden it popped back on. I'm like, they're freaking listening to me.
I mean,
so all of a sudden the thing's on, and I got a request, and I made like $5 on the first one and $2 on the second one. So I made $7 for plus the 18.
Yeah.
So I made $25.
Not the 30 some you wanted.
Well, that just totally depends on the ride.
That's true.
You still got
But
the
what I
18
have
bucks.
had is I've done 2 and then gotten a third one, which gave me another double 18.
Okay.
So then I'm like,
so this is on Uber?
yeah.
Why am I not getting? Because I'm not doing rides.
Maybe.
Is it a ride thing, or
I don't
because
know.
I
I'll
feel
see if I
like
can show you.
John's was a ride or food delivery. It didn't matter.
Well, then I have the thing, like if I do 20 rides between Monday and Friday morning,
Yeah.
sometimes they'll pay me $40.
Okay.
Sometimes, and that's worth it, right?
Yeah.
But this week it was like $10 for 20 rides. I'm like, yeah, you guys wonder why I'm not making my $200. So,
Well, Chris looks that up. We interviewed a guy, and it's going to come out not this Monday, but next Monday. It's named Mike Delivers Podcast, if you want to check that out. It was really good, and he talked about the incredible bonuses that he lives. Oh, yeah. $15.50 for 2 trips. Yeah. That's not bad.
Yeah.
But again, I wonder if that's Uber Eats or...
so 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not Eats. It's both. It's either Eats or picking
Why
up
am I
people.
not getting those? Anyways,
I know you do flex, Jason. Keep going.
Because they hear what else you're doing.
Yeah,
and
they're
not
like,
giving
screw
you-
that guy.
He's like,
That guy has too many baskets. He ain't got enough.
no, that guy has an acceptance rate of 6%. We're not going to send that to him. But
yeah, right.
yeah, so check it out, Mike's Delivers Podcast. That'll be out in a couple weeks, and I'm going to be on his show this Tuesday.
So yeah, that 15:50 is tonight. So get me out by 10. So I can,
By 10? Oh, you got 12 minutes. I don't know. Where's the zone?
It's between 10 and 11. So
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
and if I do 2 more rides, I'll make my $10 extra too. So that actually would be a $25.50.
yeah, I'm not getting any of those. That's bullshit. Like, I need to get some bonuses. I mean, I actually keep Uber on all the time. I just don't have rides on.
Right.
So maybe that's why. Who knows?
You get the doggy pickup.
The doggy pickup. No, I don't have that either. Do you have that option?
I do.
I don't have that option. Oh, maybe it's on there. I don't even look
You
at
gotta just
rides.
turn it on.
But anyways, so back to what we were talking about, Uber's buying alcohol delivery. Before we continue, I want to say that GoPuff is going to really hurt Uber's business because the liquor store runs, well, this is probably why they're doing it, but even convenience store runs or anything like that, like the $25 that it was going to cost me to get 2 pints of Ben & Jerry's on Uber Eats or Grubhub or whatever, that is going to go away when GoPuff comes to the area. So just throwing that out there. What are you giving the strange look for?
Larry delivered 2 donuts at 1 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he said stoners.
Well, it's probably because it's 2 stoners who wanted donuts.
True. I'm going to go back to Via. Jesper talked about it earlier. They actually are in New York, Chicago, Washington, D.C., London, Amsterdam, Berlin, and Milton Keynes. I don't know. Just if anyone cared. I had that up, and I didn't want to not say it. So
There you go.
Let's see.
Who's next?
That's me, Jesper. Thank you for. So this is. I love these. I've seen so many of these. So this is kind of a. Do you have to go pee pee? What are you getting a drink? Oh boy, you can't be going out doing rides after a second glass of whiskey. All right, just a little splash. Anyways, this is a text from Grubhub. Tell me why. Okay, and I have some feedback on this. So this is the customer. Tell me why when both the restaurant and I are on one street, you go across the city. Driver, what time were you promised your order? Driver, 2:30. What time did you get it? Driver, 2:32. I asked a question. I asked a question. That was the customer. Driver, thanks for the $5, buddy. Have a good day. Customer, go fuck yourself. So, little miscommunication there. And so what I want to explain is sometimes we all are running multiple apps. And sometimes I have to deliver my Grubhub or my Uber Eats or my DoorDash before I get to your order. I try to be as efficient as possible, and this is why you have to have a hot bag, because if you have multiple orders, you want to keep your customers' food hot. But I have had somebody text me. I've had one time kind of the same conversation, like, where are you going? You're going the wrong way. And I had to go like 2 miles to deliver one and then the other one. I base it on who tipped the best.
Well,
How do you
so
know?
you laugh, but there's nothing.
I know.
I think that's valid.
Because like Uber Eats, you don't know until after.
But you kind of know.
Now they do.
You
Before
kinda
you
know.
didn't, but
No, you kind of know. Like if you
Yeah.
get a $10 one, you can kind of guesstimate how much they've tipped.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Jesper?
No, it's just going to say it's kind of valid. You laugh, but it's a valid reason, and I think that it proves that you really should be tipping. I mean,
Yes.
no matter what, you should be tipping,
Yes.
and what it's worth. It's like
I keep saying that if I got at least $1 from every ride, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and you do 20 rides, an extra $20 a day.
Yeah.
If you worked every day, I
Right.
mean, that adds up.
Yeah, just $1.
absolutely.
But
Well-
then the weirdest thing is like, so Uber Eats people tend to tip, or
Yeah.
DoorDash or whatever. So why are they tipping for food? What's the difference between picking you up?
I've talked about this 100 times.
Right.
It's bizarre. It's just the culture of always tipping for food.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. The culture is that you tip your delivery driver.
I feel like we should have some sort of retribution. But anyways, hey, if you're listening out there and you're not a gig worker, if you don't tip and I get a $3 order from DoorDash, I'm declining that thing so fast it's going to make your head spin. So if you want
Right.
your food delivered hot and fast, a couple bucks, y'all. We're not asking for a $10 tip.
No.
Like $2-3 just to cover our expenses. Come
and
on.
going back to that post, I mean, the delivery driver had a valid point, right? Your food is supposed to be there at 2:30. You had your food at 2:32.
Yeah,
You're fine.
2 minutes late.
Yeah, you're fine. This is we have to treat this as a job. We have to do it most efficiently and most effectively so we can get the most money out of it. It just is.
See,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
Jesper. I apologize. Go ahead. I thought you were
No, I
done.
was just gonna say I had that happen once to me back a year and a half ago, driving, and it's one of those things where it was so busy. It was a busy night, and my next fare was queued up. Immediately after he got added to my queue, he called me, and I had people in my car, right? And I picked it up, and I have it's all on over my speaker system. So I picked it up, and and he goes,
Wait. It was on your Bluetooth, and you had customers in the car.
yeah. So I would
Can you
do
imagine
that.
the guy going like, "Hey, mother effer, where are you?" Anyway,
Hey, I pick him up. I do. So, anyways, so he goes, "Why are you driving away from me?" Because I have people in my car. I got to drop off first.
well, I will let
Just come pick you up.
I will let you know. I've experienced the other side of that. I've ordered on Uber Eats, and it does say, "Hey, your driver's doing another order." The problem is, if you're on Uber and you're doing a Grubhub order, they don't get that message, so they don't know
Of
what
course
you're
not.
doing.
Right.
But
Right.
I kind of relate back to like even the company I work for. I work for a small company. It's 6 of us. Every customer feels like they're the only one. And that's just in your business. I'm sure that's it. Like their problem, they're frustrated. They don't care about if you're being efficient. They don't care if you're trying to maximize your dollars. They want their whatever there is right this second. It doesn't matter. They don't realize we have 2,000 customers, and you're not the only one. While we try to make you feel special, you're not the only one.
My point is, as long as we are doing what we say we're going to do.
True. If you show up 20 minutes late.
It shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. You show up 20 minutes late, that's a problem. That's a problem.
But that didn't happen. So
no.
In this case here, the person ordered it was in the wrong.
The problem was he got to see where the guy was going.
Well, that's the thing. You can. And most people don't pay attention to that because I think I'd get more texts that said, hey, where are you going? Yeah. I see you because you click, I got your food.
Right.
So they think you're coming. And all of a sudden, you pass Ivanrest and you're going out to freaking Jenison and like the order's on Prairie and Ivanrest. You're like, bro, where are you going? Like,
just past my house.
Yeah. I've only had it one time. Most people I don't think pay attention.
So. No, they don't.
All right. Oiluber. Okay. You guys.
Are you doing this?
I'm Jumpstarter fuel delivery. I'm not changing oil. I don't want to carry around tools in my car, but.
Have you done any?
I haven't done any yet. This is why they're advertising on the show. So this is for customers and or gig workers. Go to oiluber.com if you need a jump start, if you run out of fuel, or if you need your oil change. They'll come to your house, change your oil right in your driveway, make sure it's clean, everything's good. You don't even have to talk to the tech or anything. Did you have a question? Okay. You acted like you did. I'd love to answer it if you did have one. But yeah, I'm signed up for jump starts and fuel delivery. If you need a jump start, it's $30.
Like anytime?
Anytime.
So like 2 in the morning, you're sleeping in bed and you get a call and you're like, oh, $30.
Well, the customer pays $30. I think I don't know how much the tech gets paid. Well, basically,
I'm not getting out of bed at 2 in the morning.
Well, of course, I'm not either. I'm only doing it when I'm online. Like if
you don't have to take it.
You don't have to take it.
Oh, I
yeah.
Know
it's not like you just. It sends a text out and says, "Hey, anyone want this in the area?" And then somebody grabs it and does it. So yeah, oiluber.com to sign up as a customer or a technician. They need new techs and they need customers. I want to jump somebody's car. That sounds weird, but I really want to. And next week, highs of like 10 for like the first 4 days. So you're going to have some dead batteries, y'all. Call Oiluber or request it. Don't call. I don't know. Anyways, I got passionate about that. So yeah, I'm really hoping they're slowly growing and I'm loving it. And I'm hoping that they sign up for another 3 months. So if you're out there and you sign up, say you signed up from the Gig Economy podcast, that would be great. Anyways, Jesper, you are up.
Absolutely. Are you going to put the picture up there?
I'm working on it.
So this is it's a standard joke, right? It's the how are the roads?
No,
anyway,
this is not. That's a joke. This is actually legit from this gentleman.
Well, yeah, okay. So he's at busy today. He posts and Kevin goes, nope, stay home. Huh?
Don't use. Oh, I guess they're up there already.
I
guess they're up there. At least I blocked out the guy that posted it because we're probably going to S on him a little bit.
So Christopher goes, come on, tell us where to go get the rides, how the roads are, and while you're at it, can you give me the support number and how I should file my taxes?
That's so true.
And then Ben goes, all for the cost of $0.
So the reason we're bringing this up, y'all, is like I totally get you're looking like how's the business out there. I get it. And that while that was generally a kind of a okay thing to say, like he was just generally asking. But you do see a lot of posts online where like, hey, where's the hot spots? What do I do with this? It's like we're here to help you guys. We're an infotainment podcast where we give you information and we also do dick jokes. You know what I mean? So like we're trying to have fun. Although we've never done a dick joke, but my point is like one's
gummy ones.
That's a throwback. Like only like 10 people know about that one. I love that you brought that up. Yeah, if you join the Telegram group, which the link is in the chat, you can find out about gummy dicks. Anyways, I digress. People aren't going to tell you their tips of like where their hot spots is, and I would never expect anyone to. Now, if you want to pay me, like how Ben says, like, hey, You pay me. I mean, I know he's literally not saying to pay me, but I mean, the point is, like, we're not going to give all this information out because we're all kind of competitors. Even Chris sitting across the table, I told him to stay out of Granville. I'm like, listen, bro, this is my hood. Even though he lives in Hudsonville, we like live near each other. I'm like, hey, this is my hood. Like, do not take my orders away. It's just common sense. Go ahead, Jesper.
I was just going to say, I think what goes hand in hand with that information is also that what works for you may not work for me.
100%.
You have to go out there, and that's what gig work is all about. Yes, there's things that works for some, and then there's ways of doing it, but you have to make it your own.
Yeah, and
it's like me going out at 10 o'clock last night to try to get an $18 two-ride bonus.
I'm still trying to figure you out, Chris. You work a daytime job, and you're out at like 10 p.m. at night. Like,
I'm like John.
What do you sleep, like 2 hours a day?
No, I need 8.
Oh, I mean, man alive. Like,
I'm not a morning person at all.
Aren't you?
Oh, no.
Are you grumpy in the morning?
Oh, don't even talk to me till 10.
Oh, man, I'm such a morning person.
I'm like, don't even turn the lights on until 9.
My wife's the same way.
I have a red light in my bathroom. I joke about this. So I bought this red light.
Okay.
Because like on a submarine, if the submariners, when they come up out of the water in the dark, when they have red lights, they actually can see better at night.
Oh, interesting.
So I bought a red light for my bathroom, and I have a separate switch for it, and it turns the red light on, and it doesn't hurt my eyeballs.
That's hilarious.
I love it.
That's so funny.
My wife, she's like, what are you doing? Now she likes it a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
It is weird, though, when you go to the bathroom, if you turn the light on at 3 in the morning, it's like shoot you in the face.
Yes.
Like, it's so funny.
Get a red light.
Megan is she's a 9 o'clock riser too. Her natural rise time is 9 a.m. Like on the weekends,
I'm
it's
good. Like staying up late. Well, see, I look at you because you like stay up late.
Not really,
but you'll be out to 2, 3 in the morning.
I mean, back in the day.
Well, I know, but still, and then you'd be up.
Yeah, because my kids woke me up. You got older kids.
Yeah, I got 2 new grandbabies.
Oh my gosh, you're a grandpa?
December.
So anyways, to wrap this point up.
Congratulations.
Yeah, to wrap this point up, it's okay to ask kind of how business is, but no one's going to give you tips. No one's going to tell you where to go, all that stuff. And yeah.
And you should definitely get a tax professional to do your taxes.
Well, we'll talk about that later. So, okay. What are we up to now? I'm getting behind we got to hustle. Okay, this is hilarious. So this is how to order through Shipt, and this can be applied to like any app. So on the screen it says how to order with Shipt. Order your food, remove your house numbers, turn off your lights, outside lights too, set your phone to do not disturb, and hide. I mean, it happens. Like it's
a rideshare pickup.
Exactly. It can be applied to food delivery and everything. I actually feel bad because my numbers are kind of peeling on my mailbox, and I don't have them anywhere on my house. I'm kind of feel bad. But y'all, turn your lights on, for God's sakes. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Like, if you're expecting food or you're expecting food delivery from Shipt, please turn your lights on.
Or even if you're getting picked up for a ride. Turn your light on.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's like, okay, I'm on the pin. I don't know where the heck your house is.
Right. Oh, it's so frustrating at night. I hate delivering at night.
Some guy gets in the back of your car. You're like, hey.
What's the name, sir?
Yeah.
Anyways, I just thought that was kind of funny.
That was one night I was trying to deliver. One of the 2 nights I actually went out and did Uber Eats. I was trying to deliver an order up in on Alpine. There was one of those apartment complexes. I could not find him worth nothing.
If it's at night and you're in like York Creek or Alpine Slopes,
well,
I never.
Half of them don't have house numbers on it, and then
know.
they don't have lights on it. Like what?
So there's one on 28th Street, and the maps brought me to like down to the dead end of the street, but the apartment complex was on the other side.
Yeah.
So I had to like drive around, not according to the map, to get to the apartment.
I have an apartment that I don't know if you've delivered to before, but it's actually in your neck of the woods on Quincy and 32nd. I don't remember the name of them, but it's so odd where the building numbers are. Like it's not, you go to Grand Valley, they put them right on the big thing up at the top.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah, exactly. This one is like hidden. It's the word. It's like Valley View Apartments or something. It's like Quincy and 32nd. It's a nightmare. It's so hard to deliver at night. It's especially with your eyes. I see what you're doing with your glasses there. I will let you know. I did go get some glasses for at night because I was struggling driving at night a little bit. But
I don't struggle at night. It's just this distance thing, like right now between here and the computer.
Can't you get bifocals to do that?
You can, but I actually see better without.
It's so weird.
So I just take them off.
But that's annoying. I wouldn't want to do that.
Just depends.
Anyways,
I have bifocals. I'm getting old.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, Jasper, look at this picture. I clearly didn't put anything on there. I don't even know what the article is.
So this is the Lyft test program.
Where did the picture go? I
don't know.
I effed up. I'm gonna go. I'll go back to us, Chris and I being sexy.
So basically, it's about a new Lyft test program. Well, this is a new, January 22nd, 2021. So that's pretty new, I guess. So it's a test program where Lyft is offering drivers more rides in exchange for a 10% pay cut. And Lyft calls it priority mode. Drivers calls it poverty mode. Because it didn't really work. So basically, this person, Erla Phillips, in late September, she got what she described as an irritating email from Lyft. The ride-hailing company was reaching out to drivers like her to notify them about a new feature called Priority Mode. Turn on Priority Mode to earn more, the email boasted. When drivers opted in, it said they'd get a handful of priority hours per week in which they would get more rides than drivers who were not using the feature. But the catch was that they would get a 10% pay cut. What she was experiencing was that when she turned it off again, she was getting almost no rides.
Really?
So that was kind of where it ends, which is really bad. That she said it didn't really make a big difference. It wasn't really worth it for so much. But then what was even more was that once she turned it off, she really wasn't getting anything out of it. So that was, she calls it a bust, and it really didn't do much for her at all. But we talked about other people calling, I think Uber was doing that once too, having this new program, and it really didn't end up doing it in some markets where you could pay. What was it like? You could buy into it for like $100 a month or something like that.
Yeah, Uber had that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you would get a lot more rides where you didn't they would take no fees or whatever it was for that was. So there's lots of different ways that they're trying to do these set themselves apart to get more more rides to the people and try and keep the drivers on the platform. I think is also what they're trying to do.
Don't you think these programs though are really kind of manipulating the driver to be
totally that's
like,
what they're
get
trying
the acceptance rate up, like those kind of things?
I go to this spot, make more money. So,
I thought
I was explaining to a guy last night, it's like a video game.
Yeah.
So if you got video game designers running the Uber app,
100%,
right? So they're like, hey, I'll give you this much money to run in this direction, and if you do, you're gonna get more.
Yeah,
or it's going to be better, or you get the pot of gold.
And again, sometimes it's worth it.
Shoot the bad guy, right? I mean, it's like,
well, I guess it's the bad guy, so but generally don't shoot anybody. Right?
Well, I mean, it's a joke. He's talking about like a video game.
I know.
Thanks, Antonio. It's always manipulation. Like they're always trying to
out psychology us.
Right. Just pay us more.
Right.
You don't need to give us all this bullshit. Like, just pay us.
I think say that all the time. Just show me how I can get a bonus. Like, if you're going to give me $40 to do 30 rides, I'm going to go for that.
I will do it.
Yeah. You know, because $40 is worthwhile to me.
Yes.
But, $10 for 20 rides, that's 50 cents a ride.
Yeah.
I'm
but
like,
see, the shitty part is like same to those $3 DoorDash orders. People will do them. That's why people keep. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so they're the new people, right? And then they go away.
Yeah, they do. I mean, but the point is, like, if the reason you keep seeing $3 DoorDash orders, which is basically no tip, is because drivers are taking those $3 orders.
Right. People keep taking them.
So do you ever have it a $3 order and then you do get more later?
I've never. What do you mean? Like, if you don't take it?
No, so if you do take a $3 DoorDash order,
which I've never done, but anyways, go ahead.
So later on, once you finish the delivery, have you gotten 6 or 7 or more?
Oh, so DoorDash is. So here's a tip for y'all. This is going to be our tip time tonight because we're running long. DoorDash, if you get a $7 or $7.50 order, typically the tip is higher. For whatever reason, DoorDash hides the tip behind. I don't understand. Like a lot of times if it's a $7 order, let's say,
right,
it'll say, oh, you earned $9. That's $2 more than what we quoted.
Oh, right.
It's very weird. But if it's $3, it's always $3. If it's $6, it's always $6.
So in the end, you do not know if
Correct.
they're keeping any part of the tip.
See, that DoorDash got sued for that because they're being a weird shitty about it. They're being shady.
So Uber started that too, right? Because before it was like, okay, you had the order delivery and then the tip would come later. Well, now they include
at the time
your potential
tip unless they take the tip away.
Right.
Yes. In which I've only had one person reduce it like half. The rest of them are automatic. Like no one changes it. So anyways, we're getting in the weeds here.
Stuff people want to know though.
I know, that's true. That's what I say. The DoorDash, I'm telling you, if you get a $7 or $7.50, chances are the customer tip more and you'll get it on the back end. But again, why is DoorDash hiding that? I don't get that. What is their end game from hiding what you know about the tip? Like, I don't get it. I'm more likely to take the order if I see a higher tip.
Because like sometimes I've gotten pre Uber Eats adding the tip in prior to the delivery.
Yes.
You would go and do a delivery and then you would get like a $15, $18, $20 tip.
Yeah.
And you had no idea you were going to get it. You were hoping.
Yeah. I mean,
I would rather hope than have them tell me because...
No. I want to know.
No, because...
I want to know.
Well, the customer ahead of time is already put in.
Yes.
It's like maybe they're going to give you more.
They never give you more.
$15, $20
I mean,
is more.
I would rather know. That's why I loved Grubhub, because it would tell you right up front, like, you're going to make $12 on this order. Cool. I'm going to take it. If it said I'm going to make $6, I'm going to decline it.
Right.
I want to know up front. I love that. I'm an upfront guy. Like, hey, you're going to get this much. And Uber could get this much, but they could take it away.
But you could do like a $6, $4 McDonald's and get a $10 tip.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Antonio says, that's why I like Uber Eats and Grubhub. Thank you, Antonio. DoorDash is shady AF. They are shady AF. Like, any company that hides the tip behind whatever reason is shady AF. Now, will I still use them if it's slow? Of course, I will. I want to get paid. I'm not taking a $3 order, though. Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm going to put this main screen. This is an Amazon TikTok. All right, y'all. There we go. Now, I would never do this. Now, watch the end. Watch the end. He whips him off as he drives away. So it's playing again. So basically, for your audio listeners, the delivery kicks the package in the air, the delivery driver, then throws it at the door, takes a picture. The guy gets a notification. He comes out. He waves to the delivery driver, and the guy whips him off. That's pretty much how it goes sometimes. I always coming up the steps, I'll if I know it's clothes or something light, I'll toss it and then take a picture of it. Just
in the air.
Going. No, I'm not that quick. Anyways.
You ever get a picture with the person in the door?
Yes, I get a lot of dogs. A lot of dogs that are around me. We'll talk about that later. I know that's a sensitive subject for you. Yeah. All right, what's next here? DoorDash. Let me play that. Oh, I missed the tax ad, but we'll go back to that. So this is kind of interesting. So this is a text exchange between a DoorDash customer and I think it's just, anyways, I don't know. I don't know who it's from, but it says, I feel like a god was showing off when he was creating you. Like, there's somebody creeping. Damn, you had me looking back. So anyways, it was I don't know if it was the text to the driver. They were trying to flirt and, oh shit, I got to put this on the big screen because I can't read it. Here, I'm teasing Chris. Hold on a second. I'm fine. Where the hell is it? Did we skip the...
Your orders, you're way out of order right now.
I
don't
am.
know what's
Am
going-
I?
Yeah. You skipped the whole
Oh
dog
my
story.
God. It's a whiskey. Damn it, Chris. Okay. So
I'm like trying to figure out where you're going.
thank God Jesper's around. So anyways, I'll go back to the dog bite. So DoorDash help says, hey, this is completely unacceptable. We're sorry you had to go through this. We'd like to take a look into this. Please DM us. Of course, the standard talk or the standard stock text. And she's like, hey, Jordan, thanks for reaching out, but I'm not interested in preventing anyone from earning their side income in the midst of a pandemic. This is just for laughs and giggles at this point. And the added point, though, that maybe they shouldn't be able to text after delivery, which brings up a good point.
Yes.
I get texts from Grubhub 15, 20 minutes later. We saw last podcast, they accused me of eating their wings.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
You had that happen?
Yes.
Oh.
Now, mind you, it didn't happen.
Were they good?
Right. We joked about that. Grubhub didn't reach out. The customer, I think they were joking. I kind of feel like they knew me.
Oh yeah, I saw that exchange.
Yeah, it was very weird. I'm like, I don't know.
Didn't they call you by name?
Yeah, but they know my name because I delivered it.
Oh.
Whiskey's
You don't
hitting
use
Chris,
your
too.
name, Chris? You don't use your real name on the app?
I know.
He goes by Casanova. All right, we're going to the dog bite, and I know this is a sensitive topic. So this is with the Amazon Flex drivers group. No, we'll talk about that. I don't have any pictures for that. It says, keep safe out there, guys, delivering out in the back roads of Hopkins. I guarantee it was out of GR6. And as I'm walking back to the car, 2 pit bull mixes dart at me. Happens all the time. Didn't think anything of it. One takes a chunk out of my jacket, and the other takes a chunk out of my right thigh. Family was home to help me with bandages. Didn't call 911 because they had 2 middle schoolers at home and didn't want them to lose 2 dogs on top of being stuck at home during COVID. Remember, these are only packages, and it's not worth losing a chunk out of your leg considering it's gig work without health benefits. Right. So someone posted, huge props for not calling 911, seeing the big picture. Someone else posted, the big picture? Sir, if 2 dogs run up to me like that and are aggressive, I'm going to do whatever to defend myself. And I would have called 911 and see the big picture for what? These dogs will probably do that to someone else, but we didn't do nothing to avoid this happening in the name of seeing the big picture.
Right.
Thoughts on that, Jesper?
Well, first of all, I'd like to point out I think pit bulls has a bad rep as a breed. I think
they do, but if you
Google
own them
it,
right, they're
if you
fine.
Google it and look them up.
Well, exactly. That's my point. If you're doing right by them, they're great dogs. That's my point I'm trying to get at. So I don't think you should. This is not about the pit bull of them. No dog should be that way. That's my point.
Exactly.
Right.
But I also think that. I think the second texter has a huge point. You can't chalk this one up to the bigger picture. It's not because you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know if those 2 dogs are going to turn on the kids.
Yes, totally.
I mean,
well, not just the kids, but he makes a good point. Everyone gets Amazon packages all the time. There's going to be another driver that drives up there, and I've had a couple of times where I've thrown the package on the top of a car. I've driven up, rolled the window down, had the package, threw it on the car because I didn't want to get out.
Because you saw a dog?
Not because I saw it, but I saw the hair on the back of his neck, and I don't mess with German.
So you did see the dog?
I did see the dog. No, yeah, I should explain. I felt that dog might not be the best friend. We might not be best friends, even with a treat I have in my car. We're not going to be best friends. The hair is sticking up in the back of the neck. I love German Shepherds, but they're very protective of their home.
Yes.
And I had one the other day, but the hair wasn't sticking up. I did get out, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Right. I was just going to say, I've seen German Shepherds being just as aggressive, or if not more
aggressive. They're very protective
than pit bulls. Yes.
Yeah. So tell me about. Let's do your story, and then so I know we've talked about it, but
last spring I did a Uber Eats delivery to a house, and the pit bull was running out around the front yard, and actually had gone into the street and stuff. Well, then he had gone into the house, so I thought, okay, here's my chance. I'll just run the food up. Well, the people there were moving furniture, so they had a truck backed up to the front door, and the front door was open.
Oh yeah.
So I got up there, I put the food on the thing, and I took a picture of it, and the dog came flying out of the house and literally jumped off the porch, latched onto my arm, and bit me hard enough to break the skin through my coat. Oof. And he let go, went back into the house, and then 2 dogs came out. I got back into my car, and the owner came out, and I was like, I was literally shaking.
It's so scary,
because when I first got there and I saw the dog outside, I wanted to think the better of the dog. My uncle's got German Shepherds, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be afraid of this dog. It's going to be okay. Everything's good. I'm just going to bring it up, and that thing just literally jumped off the porch and latched.
I think you probably scared it, because didn't you like laying the food down and he came out the same time? It was like this symbiotic, like
no, because I had backed up to take a picture.
Okay, but still,
yeah. But I could see him, was protecting his property or whatever. I got that. So, and I didn't do anything for 2 days.
Yeah.
And I really didn't even know I was bit bad until I got home, because it didn't break my coat.
But it still bust through, even though.
So after I got home, and then I took my coat off and I pulled up my shirt, and I'm like, oh, cats, just burst my skin.
Yeah.
And so then I finally reported it to Uber, and they're like, well, we can help you with the work with their insurance on it if there's something. And I was like, well, you guys aren't going to do anything for me.
I mean, if you didn't have to go to the ER or anything, they're not going to do shit.
Yeah, well, I still got 2 puncture holes on my skin.
Yeah, but did you go to the ER or anything?
I did not.
Yeah,
because it didn't break the coat, so the tooth didn't actually get into my skin.
Right.
So that's why I didn't do what I did.
Yeah.
But then like a week later or 2 weeks later, I was doing another Uber Eats delivery, and a German Shepherd came flying out of the house and had the hair on the head. He actually burst through the door, came out.
That's so frightening.
And, I'm like, and I was trying to be direct.
Yes, that does help.
No, sit.
Yeah, like just be big.
Yep. No, sit. And he backed up, and he's, kind of backed up.
Yeah.
And the owners came out like, oh, really sorry and all that. And the lady is like, he doesn't bite. He doesn't bite.
Oh, I effing hate when they do
I'm
that.
like, look, I got bit by a pit bull 2 weeks ago.
Right.
I'm not taking any chances here. So then after that, I got this guy. It's a little
it's called
spray.
Palm, right?
Yeah, Palm. It's a pepper spray. I have kept it in my pocket since then.
So what do you think? What's so special about that? Just it's normal.
It's just small, but it can shoot up to 10. I mean, little.
Don't press it.
No.
Can you imagine if you press that?
Yeah, you actually have to flip it up.
Okay, good.
So, but it can clip under your belt, and it looks small, so it fits in my pocket.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, at least I have something. So, to Jesper's thing, I looked up pit bulls.
Yeah.
And more bites are done by pit bulls.
Yeah.
Than any other dog.
It's true.
And there's a video on YouTube. You can look it up. This pit bull is running down the street. There's a couple coming out of a church with their like 9-year-old daughter or 10-year-old daughter. And literally the dog ran past the dad, past the mom who was holding the daughter's hand, bit the daughter and hung on.
Because it's the weakest link at that point.
And it was like, and they were like, well, where did this come from? I mean, they're walking out of church.
Right.
Nothing expected, and this dog attacks them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to shit on pit bulls too much.
No, I know. I'm with you on that. I get it, but.
So you still have PTSD from that? Like every time a dog barks, you're gonna think.
I'm like literally when I come up to a house,
you're constantly like
looking
scanning.
I'm looking for if there is a dog, right? Because you're gonna see tracks.
Yeah.
Like they have a place that they come out and they get tied up
or
to.
a rope.
Yep.
Yeah.
Poop.
That's tough. I get it, man. What I typically do if a dog runs out, I have treats in my car, and before I get out, I treat him from the car. And then when I get out, and then I usually split it in half. It's because Sam gave me some treats because I kept lying to the dogs that I said I was going to give them treats. She's like, you're an asshole. Like, here's some treats. I'm like, I have 2 dogs at home. I could bring my own. But anyways, I treat them when I get out, like half of it. And then when I'm walking back, I treat them again. But you should keep treats with you too.
Yeah, I haven't not done that. So, but between that pit bull and the German Shepherd, like within 2 weeks time period,
I can feel I feel your pain because I know delivering packages or food, it doesn't matter. Like
I look at like the mail guy today. I saw a mail guy and he's walking around and I'm like, every day he's thinking.
All the time. That seems stressful. Well, he knows his homes. Like he knows his route. He's going to the same route every time.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyways, we got dove deep in.
He's getting a lot better paid than you are, Chris.
Yeah, for sure. Government bennies.
Government money.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate everyone listening. We're going to kind of wrap up the show and just kind of end it on that because we're about hour 25 in. But before I do, I wanted to let you know that we would love to have you support us on Patreon. I put this, you know what? I forgot. Hold on.
Antonio is going to start carrying nunchucks and ninja stars.
I know. I saw that. Hold on. I totally forgot. We got to do this first. Thank you, Jesper, for not telling me. Oh, you probably sent me a message, didn't you?
I did, yep.
Oh, Jesper's got me. Hey, taxes. Yo, this is getting complicated. Do not do TurboTax. They sent 80 million stimulus checks to the wrong bank accounts. Do you really want to use TurboTax? Please don't use TurboTax. Don't do them yourself. Schrotenboer Tax and Accounting, 940-1045. He's filling up right now. We're almost done with the ad campaign. He would really love for you to call him right now and schedule it. He can help you anywhere you are, Michigan, wherever. He's going to make it right. Jesper tells this story where he did his taxes himself or somebody else, and then he brought him to his accountant, and he ended up making, like a couple grand?
Yep. When I brought him there, I thought I was going to pay $800, and when I got him back, I got $2,000 back.
Yeah.
Get the professional. They will get the money for you.
They will get, and they'll fight for you because is it as cheap as TurboTax? Of course not.
Right.
But even with me, with my 76 1099s or 1099s, I think I pay. No, I have not used Schrotenboer just because he's a new advertiser, but my accountant, I think I pay like $250. And
right.
Yeah, it sounds expensive, but then you actually have an accountant that you can, feed back to if you have tax questions or benefits or anything like that. Okay.
Exactly. And the other thing, when you have an accountant, if you happen to be, what's it called? If the IRS wants to audit it, then they'll help you.
Yes, for sure.
They'll help you get ready for the audit. So
yeah, TurboTax ain't gonna do shit for you. They're gonna be like, "Ooh, sorry. Here's your download. Good luck."
Yeah.
So
bye-bye.
Yes. All right. So back to Patreon. We would love for you to support us. If you go to patreon.com and search the Gig Economy Podcast, there's a $5 tier, a $10 tier. The $10 tier gets you extra episodes. In fact, Mike Delivers podcast got put on there last night. So they got it a couple weeks early so they can listen to his podcast early. And but yeah, you get merch, an extra podcast a month, and before show banter. Probably should do after show banter because Chris has got me freaking buzzed, man. I apologize for the end of the show being a little sloppy, but Chris gave me a little more in my glass, and I'm like, good Lord. So I want to thank you all for listening. I want to thank the new people. Tim, apparently he's from Bowling Green. Antonio, yeah, check out oiluber.com. You should do it, man. They're always looking for people to sign up to change oil.
I have both, Tim.
What's up?
Just talking to Tim.
What about Tim? Oh, the 9mm and the mace. Yeah. We're not going to get into that. That's your own personal decision. But thanks for all the new people that joined tonight. I super appreciate that. And like I said, if we'd love to support, go to patreon.com, search Gig Economy Podcast. Antonio, I love it. That whiskey is worth it, man. Keep it up. All right, y'all. Have a good night.
Thanks, night, guys.
Bye, Jesper.
Bye-bye.